I didn't just get sober, you guys. I got present. Okay, that's why I'm so proud and so thankful in things like that these days is because I'm here. I'm in the game. Before when I was drinking, if you got half of me in the conversation or anything like that, that was pretty good because most of the time I was off in my own mind trying to manage whatever it was that I had going on. And it was selfish. It's a selfish thing to say, and it was a selfish way to live. But that's how I was. I was not present. I wasn't paying attention to what it was that you had going on. Not unless it was something that I was hyper fixated on, right? Otherwise, I was always in my own head. Morning time, I would be nursing a hangover. Um, During the day, it would be me trying to figure out what it was that I run a company, right? So I have jobs that need to be started. I need to get my guys set up. I need to make sure just everything is going according to plan. And while I was trying to do that before, I was also nursing a hangover. And you can probably guess that my business was suffering as a result of that. My business does not suffer as a result of any of that anymore. I'm present. I am here. I don't wake up in the morning nursing hangovers. That I don't do. What I wake up in the morning now is I go out there and I work out. The most I have to manage in the morning is, do I want to take a cold shower first thing in the morning or do I want to do it after my workouts? Do I want to have some steak this morning? Do I want to have eggs with my fruit? Things like that. Managing my hypoglycemia and things like that, right? Which is not hard to manage, by the way. Just don't eat a bunch of bullshit. I usually try to eat some good protein and fruit for sugar. But, and that's another thing, just being present and getting to know myself and figuring out what the hell was going on with me. That was super helpful. I got a chance to really get to know myself physically and mentally. Um, I figured out a lot of where even my desire to drink came from. That was super helpful. It wasn't as helpful as I thought it would be. I see a lot of guys and females too. I see a lot of people who are wanting to quit drinking. They're always so stuck on the why. Why do I keep drinking? Why? Like I don't know why I. And I'm not trying to talk shit. I know I do sometimes. I'm not trying to talk shit on that. But the why was a whole lot less important to me than how things worked. How does my mind work? How does my body work? How does, like me being hypoglycemic, right? How does that work? Why is that important? Well, for me, I thought that, I was just this hopeless alcoholic that I couldn't quit drinking. And what I figured out one day after passing out was that I have hypoglycemia. One of the reasons why I crave the alcohol as much as I did is because I get low blood sugar. So if I wake up in the morning, I have myself some eggs and some watermelon or something like that, some good protein and some good sugar, you know, um, that made me, it makes me feel good. It keeps me steady and balanced throughout the rest of the day. Crazy, right? Let your food be your medicine. Let your medicine be your food. But, in the past, it was just so much easier. I just thought that I thought I had a headache when it was really just I had a tension headache. When you get low blood sugar, I used to always go like this too. Like people always thought I was in a bad mood, and I didn't even know that I was doing it. I just had this constant tension headache, and so apparently I would scowl a lot, and I never knew that I was doing it. I never wanted to become a scowler. I don't want to come across as a scowler, right? I want to be approachable. I like people, believe it or not. And so being able to get a hold on that gave me a sense of power. Like, oh, I'm not just some hopeless alcoholic who just can't quit drinking. My body craves sugar. And I'm going to tell you guys something too. When I started to manage that, I craved the alcohol less. Now, did it make it to where I didn't crave it at all? No, not at all. I'm still an alcoholic. And I don't know what came first, the hypoglycemia or my, you know, alcoholism. I don't know. I don't know if me not knowing about my hypoglycemia and always eating like an idiot most of my life, because when I didn't drink, I always had a huge sweet tooth. I just thought that's how I was. And after I quit drinking, huge sweet tooth, right? But the entire time that I drank, somebody was to offer me candy or cake or soda or something like that, I almost always declined. I don't eat that shit. That's how I felt. I would still put this fucking alcohol in my body, right? And drink it down by the gallons. But I was like, no, I don't eat that shit. Oh, well, guess what? I don't drink anymore and I eat that shit, right? It's actually one of the things, if I was to have any struggles right now with any addiction, it would probably be with donuts. Every single evening, if I can have it my way, I'll have donuts. Now, I can have it my way, but I don't eat donuts every single night because it's fucking terrible for you, even as delicious as they are. But, anyways, you know, I became more present. That's been my favorite, one of my favorite things about being alcohol free is I am more present. I'm there when my boys want to go outside and play or they want to go do something fun. Let's go do it, man. My woman wants to go do something. I'm ready to rock. I'm never nursing a hangover. I'm never regretting, the money that I spent or anything like that. I don't have these hangups. The only thing that would make me not want to go do anything is because I work pretty hard, and sometimes I overdo it, and I don't really feel like going out and going on a date or going kicking the ball with my boys and stuff like that. I always feel like doing it. I make myself do these things unless I'm just knowing my limit that day, right? I mean, I'm not one of these fake ass alpha male motherfuckers just like you got to just grind it out. No, fuck that. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is that the times that I do make myself go do those things that I think I'm too tired for, I always get some good benefit out of it, right? But I don't always just make myself. I'm present. I'm aware of what it is that I need. I'm um, I'm becoming even more aware too because I really, really, really serve myself. And again, I said in my other video, my King is Christ, and my God is above me. Um, but my God also taught me how to serve myself, right? And so I'm all the time I'm looking for ways to serve my future self. Like I said in my other video, it could be something as simple as making the pot of coffee the night before so that morning me doesn't have to do it because I appreciate morning me, right? I would have never even thought about doing something like that before. I would have been so in my head, maybe nursing a hangover, maybe being anxious about the future, maybe being a little bit regretful about the past. I would have never really thought to do something kind for Mr. West, right? But because I have become more present and really gotten to know myself a lot more, it is my absolute pleasure to do kind things for my future self. And that makes my day, actually, no, it just makes my whole life that much easier. If I'm laying out my clothes the night before because I appreciate this guy, or I have my tomorrow planned out the night before because I really appreciate that guy and I don't want morning time Mr. West to have to do that, right? That's fucking cool as shit. And I would have never even thought to do that stuff if I hadn't finally quit drinking and become more present, you know. So and you know what? It's just a better way of living. I like being present. I don't know what it was I was avoiding before. I don't know, what I was hiding from because I feel like that's all I was doing is I was just hiding from the world. I was avoiding, thoughts and feelings and things like that. And I think my ego, the little story that I've told myself my whole life, that's what I see the ego as, is just the story that you tell yourself, right? Um, I got tired of that story. I got tired of my ego, and I wanted a new life. I wanted a new story, and so I just had to tell that guy to shut the fuck up. You're wrong. Every time you open your mouth, you're wrong. My ego was the one that would tell me before that I couldn't quit drinking. I'd say to myself, I'm done. I'm going to quit drinking. I'm done with this shit. I was my ego, my inner voice, right? My inner voice, me, not somebody else out in the world. Me. I was the first person to tell myself, nah, you ain't going to do it. First one to doubt me, right? I spend a lot of my time these days just saying kind shit to myself. And I don't say it out loud. I don't want to sound like an asshole. But I always tell people, man, your voice is the voice that you hear more than anybody's. And if you hear something enough times, whether it be a lie or it be true, you'll eventually start to believe it. Okay. So, me personally, I'm saying kind shit to myself all the time. All the time. I'm my biggest cheerleader. I am my biggest fan. And I don't say this in a conceited way. I don't want you guys or anybody to listen to what I'm saying and like maybe go out and become a big old asshole or act walking around like you're God or like you're king or some shit like that. That's not what I'm saying. It needs to be rooted in truth. But that's the whole thing. The ego was lying. It was telling me a false story. What I do these days is just remind myself of the truth. Okay? I remind myself of what it is that I've actually done. And I've done a lot. I've done a lot to get to where I'm at. And I'm proud to say it. And I'm proud to remind myself of that. And if you get anything from me of all the time watching this channel, please remember that your self talk is so fucking important, man. Talk to yourself with respect. Don't disrespect yourself, man. Don't do it. Be kind to yourself, all right? And be truthful, okay? Sometimes you'll say, man, I'm such a fucking idiot. No, you're not. Don't say that kind of shit. Be present. Be truthful. Tell the truth. Sometimes you do stupid things. Sometimes you do idiotic things, but you are not an idiot. You are what you say you are. Okay? I'm a recovered man. I am a blessed man. I am respected. I am loved. And I'm your friend. Uh, I may be a little bit farther along the journey than you. Maybe I'm behind on the journey than you. Who knows? But I'm on your side. All right? You can do this alcohol free thing. I'm doing it. Just make sure, okay? Make sure that you stay present. Don't bitch out. Don't run away from these feelings. If it hurts, it's going to hurt until you process it. Okay. You know how, like, when you have a really good feeling and unless you continue to do certain things, that good feeling goes away. Bad feelings go away too. Okay. There are things that you can do. Anyways, I ramble. I know it. Even my yeah. Just remember, just remember that when you quit drinking, the negative feelings, they don't last. They don't last. Okay. Some last longer than others, but they don't last. It turns into positivity. It turns into self respect and trust. It turns into good shit. That's where I'm at right now. That's why I'm making the type of videos that I'm making. That's why I'm fucking rambling like this. I could go on and on and on and on and on and tell you how great it is to get out from underneath that fucking bullshit of alcohol. It's fantastic. It's free. Come over here. Come on over to this side. Jump on in. The water feels fine. Anyway, have a great rest of your day on purpose, okay? Stay present. God bless you. I'm out of here.